Good morning, everybody. It's super early, but I'm vexed in my spirit. Good morning, Donnie. Good morning, Robert. Okay, I'm streaming live from two different platforms. This is TikTok, and this is YouTube. It's super early. I don't expect to see a lot of people, but come on in. Come on in while I handle some business this morning. Hey, child, please stop. Welcome. Hey, Annie, Ari Garcia. Good morning. Over here, I got Sandra, Nikki, waiting for Stormy to sue for defamation. I'm trying to remember what it is that he said. I know he denied having the affair. We all know that's a lie. Good morning, Helen. We all know that's a lie, but did he specifically say that she was a liar? I'm not an attorney. So what you see on the screen, this is the AJC telling Joe Biden that it's time for him to pass the torch because of his debate performance. So the AJC is following along the New York Times, and I actually have a paid subscription to the AJC because it is our major newspaper here in Atlanta. AJC stands for Atlanta Journal-Constitution. I pay, forget how much I pay. So I am logging into the AJC website. First, I had to figure out what my login credentials was so I could cancel my subscription. Fuck the AJC. I'm not playing these games. I will not fund you to put an fascist, racist into office. I will not fund you to support my oppressor. You are free to support the pussy grabbing fascist, racist, xenophobic, homophobic, all you want, but you won't use my money to do it. I follow enough Atlanta journalists to find out what's going on. I don't need to pay the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. I just need to figure out where do I go over here to cancel my subscription. Where is the account? Okay, here I am. Manage subscription. Okay. I've got one subscription active. I want to cancel at the end of the term. So, yeah, whenever this term is up, I'm out. And I advise, if you have a paid subscription, to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Cancel it. They don't hear all of these voices, all of these people. Oh, and I canceled just in time because the term ends on July 2nd. All right, I canceled just in time. No, sir. No, sir. Hey, Aisha. Aisha is over here on YouTube this morning. And America doesn't like the criminal felon sleazes. Why do some of our people act like Joe ain't a white supremacist? Block. Block. All polls show Biden going to lose. Block. I told you all of the way it works over here on TikTok. The racists run rampant over here on TikTok. All of the racists run rampant over here on TikTok. So I have to stay extra vigilant over here on TikTok. Because racists aren't free to share my space. Good morning, everybody. Oh, Aisha said, okay, let me get on over here on TikTok. Good morning, Aisha. Solo over here on YouTube says Obama did poorly his first debate with Romney. Yes, I remember it because I was mad with Obama. I was like, you want me to fight for you? Give me something to fight for. But I don't believe that Joe Biden performed poorly because I watched the debate. Joe Biden did everything because I didn't have these crazy expectations of Joe Biden. I know who the man is. I know how old the man is. I know the man suffers from a speech impediment. So I all of what I saw is what I expected. So, and I also believe that a lot of these people, it's a tactic. It's a tactic that they're using to try to get Joe Biden to step down or get Democrats to step up to, force Joe Biden to step down. And so they're trolling. These MAGA nuts are trolling all over social media, imposing their views onto us. And I don't care what a MAGA nut says. I don't care what a MAGA nut thinks. I don't want you in my space. You're trash. You're garbage. You're beneath me. And I say this all the time. I say this to let them know that I hate MAGA nuts, and they still force their way into my space because they think they are antagonizing me. And I'm just going to continue to tell them, you are racist trash. That's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to do. You're racist trash, and you are beneath me. You are beneath me. And if I see you, all I'm going to do is remove you from my space. That's it. That's it. I don't want to go back and forth with you. I got my period. I'm bleeding heavy. I ain't got the energy. Y'all know sometimes I make time. Most times I don't. I'm not going to battle with you, and I'm not going to listen to you. Nothing you say will change my mind. When I get into the voting booth, I am voting for Joe Biden. And if you are pushing this type of nonsense, yeah, and you get money from me, yeah, I'm going to I'm going to stop my money from going into your pocket. That's all I'm going to do. I will not fund you to support an oppressor. And when you are doing these types of articles, yeah, you are going against democracy. These are the same news outlets that will tell you that Donald Trump is dangerous for our democracy. They will tell you that Donald Trump is a liar. They have repeatedly told us that Donald Trump is a criminal. He was convicted on 34 counts. They told us, they gave us all the tea on Donald Trump now having to pay E. Jean Carroll $83 million. The news media has told us all of this. They've told us day by day, minute by minute of what went on in the courtroom when the state of New York was suing him for lying on all of his financial documents. They told us every step of the way how terrible Donald Trump was. And yet now this is what they're doing. They know this man is what would stop Donald Trump from getting into the White House. And yet these are the games that they are playing. They are playing and banking on the fact that you didn't take the time to watch the debate for yourself, to get a feel for his performance for yourself, to actually see that the nonsense that they are peddling is false. MSNBC, I told y'all for 1 hour, I watched MSNBC the morning after the debate, and they talked about how this man was incoherent, how this man mumbled all throughout the debate, how he was blank-faced, how he did not rebut any of Donald Trump's lies. And all of that is a lie. Hearing them on repeat saying this, it lit fire underneath me to watch the debate for myself. I told y'all I did not watch the debate. My mind is made up. I don't care if they were wheeling Joe Biden in on a gurney. I don't care, like somebody said in one of my comment sections, if drool was dripping from his mouth. I do not care. I was voting for Joe Biden, period. And to when you couple that with realizing that news media is spinning a fucking lie about this man's performance, in my opinion, yeah, they are playing a very dangerous game with your lives and mine, especially Black people. And I don't have time to fund people who are playing dangerous games with my life, my people's life. I don't. So the AJC, yes, I was a paying subscriber to get the news from you. Not anymore. I just ended my subscription. And that's on period. That's it. That's all. And I don't care what a MAGA nut says about it. I don't care. I don't care. MAGA nuts have proven to be liars. MAGA nuts have proven to be delusional. MAGA nuts don't live in this reality. MAGA nuts want for Black people to be reduced to second-class citizens. MAGA nuts support the oppression of Black and brown people. MAGA nuts will follow this racist fascist because he speaks their heart. I don't give a fuck what a MAGA nut gets down in my comment and says, because come November, I will be voting against their racist lying, farting, diaper-wearing ass fascist. I will be voting against him. Period. Period. Hey, James, over here on YouTube. Hey, Celine, it's good to see you. Sybil, good morning. Sybil says his debate performance was not horrible. Who else am I will never vote for that criminal. HL, good morning. A Golf, Twitler, make telling the truth great again. I like that. I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that also on the MAGA nuts. When I feel like responding and they get into my comments with their fucking lies and delusions, I'm going to also comment with make telling the truth great again. Stop lying, Georgia boy. If Georgia boy says I'm MAGA and I'm for everyone doing better, you're full of shit and you're deluding yourself. Because if you were paying attention to what your MAGA nut God was saying and doing and all of the things he did to try to reduce Black people, all of the things that he continues to do to reduce Black people, you are delusional and you're full of shit. You don't give a shit about Black people. You don't give a shit about people of color. You care about your fucking self because you know your orange God is dangerous. You know what it is that he's trying to do. Don't get in my fucking comments trying to gaslight me. You think I'm stupid. You putting that shit in my comment section, you think that I am stupid. You think that I am stupid. Now that unnerves me. Don't insult my intelligence. Don't do that. I got a mod in the chat. Hey, Carolina Diamond, how you doing? Trump supporters are racist. If you are supporting a racist, you are a racist. You are a racist. If you are supporting a homophobic, you are homophobic. If you are supporting a xenophobic, you are xenophobic. If you are supporting these qualities of that MAGA nut king, you support that. Therefore, you are that. Yeah, you may not be able to see it. I'm here to tell you. You are that. Randy, if you think I'm crazy, why are you here? Look at this. Look how dumb they are. Trump isn't homeopathic. What? Trump isn't homeopathic. Baby. Petey says, I think women are mad because Trump been getting money with us for years. Oh, okay. You proud of that? You proud of that? You proud that you give him money and he's supposed to be a billionaire? You proud that you got to go to work every fucking day, work your fucking fingers to the bone, and you give your money to a supposed billionaire? You're proud of that? You proud of that? Okay. You be proud of that. The son says, ooh, they're like roaches. Roaches on shit. That's what they are. That's former President Donald Trump is the shit. The MAGA nuts are the roaches and the flies flying and crawling all over it. That's what they are. I know. Let me calm down, because if I continue on, they're going to get mad and they're going to start mass reporting. We have to be able to disagree. We can disagree. That doesn't mean that I want to include you in my space. They're free to disagree somewhere else. They've got platforms. They can go disagree on their platform. They are not free to get into my space to disagree on me speaking out against white supremacists. Mm-mm, mm-mm. There is no common ground. There is no agree to disagree. You can disagree with it. You can disagree with it outside of my space. You know what I'm saying? No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. This over here is my safe space, Buccaneer, and I protect it at all costs because you all are violent thugs. Violent thugs. And you support a violent thug. So, yeah, I don't want violent thugs in my space. You guys terrify me. You do. You have proven yourselves to not like black people, to want to harm black people. Uh-huh. You are violent thugs. That's what you are. Mm-hmm. That's what you are. And so y'all have proven it. Y'all beat a police officer to death. Y'all have done that. Y'all have done that. Y'all built a guillotine and was ready to hang the vice president. The vice president who supported your MAGA nut God for 4 years. And y'all was ready to hang him. And not only are y'all violent thugs, y'all are disgusting violent thugs. Y'all went into that Capitol and rubbed shit on the walls. Uh-huh. Y'all did that. Not only did y'all destroy property, y'all went in there, pissed in the corners of the Congress, of the halls of Congress, and y'all took shit and rubbed it all on the walls. Y'all are violent, disgusting thugs. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, hibiscus. Yeah. See, news media, they don't get, I think I heard one news, I think it was Mika Brzezinski who talked about it, and she doesn't talk about it regularly. When she gets fired up and they're talking about January 6th, and they haven't done that in a while, but she was the only one that I heard talk about how MAGA nut supporters took shit and rubbed it on the halls, the walls and the halls of Congress. These are the patriots. These are the patriots. These are the patriots. They are the lovers of this country. Hey, Leah T.I. or T, a new member over here on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. Adolf Twitler, I I heard Marco Rubio tried to explain the whole black job situation. Mm-hmm. And the way he explained it was black jobs are lower waged jobs. That's what I heard. Is that what y'all heard? Another new member over here on YouTube, Jess Monet, welcome. Welcome. Mm-hmm. And you see, they're down in my chat, repeating the same lies that Donald Trump spewed during the debate, right? Just because you're hopped up on cocaine, that booger sugar, and you've got energy and you're just spewing a bunch of lies confidently, they think he won. They think he won. Mhm. And to them, that's what matters. That's what matters. That's what matters. That's what they care about. He didn't say anything to them about his plans for them and what he was going how he was going to make America work for them. He mentioned none of that. He didn't talk about how he was going to lower taxes. He didn't talk about how he was going to improve education. He didn't talk about how he was going to improve healthcare in this country, lower healthcare costs for them, the MAGA nuts. He didn't talk about any of that. He didn't talk about how he was going to improve the environment. He didn't talk about how he was going to ensure that they are able to get high wage paying jobs. He didn't talk about any of that. He didn't talk about the one thing that they always complain about, the cost of eggs. He didn't talk about how he was going to lower the cost of eggs for them. He didn't say any of that. He didn't talk about any of that. And they are in my chat. They are in my chat going hard for a man who has no real plan for them. He has a bunch of plans for corporations and millionaires and billionaires. Yeah, he told the millionaires and billionaires that he was going to lower their taxes. Yeah, he promised them things that he was going to do when he gets into the White House. Yeah, he promised them that if they donate to his campaign and he gets into the White House, he will ensure that he would lower their taxes. He promised them that if he were to get into the White House, he would remove the Environmental Protection Agency out of the picture so that they can do the things that they need to do to increase profits for them, but put our health and our lives in jeopardy. Yeah, he promised that to millionaires and billionaires and corporations. He promised nothing to these MAGA nuts who are in my comment section. They talk about how they love his policies. What policies? He has no policies for them. None. He has no policies for them. None. But yeah, they love their MAGA nut God. And they're going to go out. Hear me clearly. They are going to go out in mass and vote for their MAGA nut God, regardless if he's a convicted felon, regardless if he is a rapist, regardless if he has no plan for them. They don't care. Regardless that he will sell the American government, all of its secrets, everything that we have, he will sell that to the highest bidder, regardless that he's been indicted on 91 different counts, 81 different counts. Regardless of that, they will get out en masse and stand in line and vote for their orange MAGA nut God. Okay? Okay. And so what we have to do, we have to get out in November and vote in mass. We have to vote in mass. There's more of us than there are of them. There's more of us than there are of them. They are just loud. They just, for whatever reason, have all of the energy and the time to try to bombard us with their nonsense, right? They have always been 30% of the country. They represent 30% of the country. That's it. That's it. So if we do what we need to do, we can shut them and their orange God down. Down. And that's why they do what they do. They want to break up. They want to break up this unity. That's what I think all of this is about. This is what news media is doing. News media is going out to talk trash about Joe Biden and his debate performance in order to break up the unity that we have in standing behind him. And it's not to say that we all love Joe Biden. It's not to say that. No, it's not to say that at all. It's to say that we don't want a racist, lying, fascist, pussy grabbing person in the White House, convicted criminal in the White House. That's what we're saying. Yes, he is, Jess Monet. Yes. Right, Susie. They're just loud and vulgar. That's it. And they do this because they want to tire out. They want to quiet and silence content creators like me. They don't want me getting up here and speaking to, how many do I have over here? Almost 100,000 over here and almost 70,000 over here. They don't want me to use my platforms to continue to motivate you, to keep your eye on the end goal. They don't want me using my platforms to call out the lies. They don't want me to do that. So whenever I go live, they overwhelm the comment section to, one, stop us from having conversation. They do it to cause discourse, and then people are focused on the nonsense in the chat, right? And not on the words that are coming out of my mouth, right? This is why they do that. They are trying to break up this unity that I have been able to create over on my platforms. And in doing that, creator by creator by creator, they would win, but they won't silence me. They won't silence me. I will continue to go live. I will continue to do my videos to help y'all, keep y'all eye on the prize. I will continue to point out Donald Trump's nonsense. I will continue to point out all of the MAGA nuts nonsense up in Congress. I will continue to motivate you and encourage you to vote blue in that voting booth come November. I will continue to do that. They can get into these comment sections and do all of the things. I won't stop. Tira Amalade, welcome, new member over here on YouTube. I got some. Tira also did a super chat. Thank you so much. Child, please stop. Also did a super chat. Thank you so much. Over here on YouTube, I appreciate you guys. How do you join? How do you become a member? There should be a $sign somewhere on the screen. I think that's how you join. If not, you can go into, I don't even know. I know it used to be a $sign. Liz Allen says Biden in the debate has nothing to do with his job as a president. See, a lot of us over here are level-headed. I have a bunch of level-headed people over here on TikTok. It's just, they come in, the MAGA nut jobs come in mass, and they overwhelm the comment section. So I do know I have some level-headed people over here. And we don't always agree. And they'll let me know, just like y'all let me know in the comment section. But yeah, I won't stop. I won't stop. Aunt Step over here on TikTok says they are freaking out over the fact that Kamala replaced Joe if something happens. That is a huge part of it. Hey, Diamond Pearl. Hey, girl. Diamond Pearl, ain't seen you in so long. That's because I haven't gone live in so long over here on YouTube. But I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. I'm trying to, when I do lives, I'm trying to go live in both places. Diamond Pearl is one of my old faithful supporters. She's been with me for a long time. How you doing, Diamond Pearl? But yeah, they don't want Kamala Harris. They don't want Kamala Harris to have to step in, and that's what they are fearing. And it has nothing to do with her intellect. It has nothing to do with her education. It has nothing to do with her experience, because we know she is more than capable. We know that. We know that. We know that. We know she knows what to do, right? It has everything to do with her skin color and the fact that they believe Black people are unintelligent. They believe Black people should be subservient to them. They have no problems with seeing Black people as their janitors, as I've said this on many occasions, as their janitors, their mechanics, their maids, their cooks. They have no problem in seeing Black people in positions of servitude to them. That's the whole Black job thing. Okay, Donald Trump views Black jobs as jobs that are in service. Okay, and he believes Black people should be in those jobs, or that's what he sees regularly. Black people in service jobs. They don't want to see Black people as vice president. They don't want to see Black people as your House representative, as your senator. They don't want to see Black people in the boardroom as your CEO. They don't want to see Black people as your teachers educating their children. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. They want to see Black people picking cotton, picking fruit in the fields. That's what they want to see. That's what they view Black people as, in service to them. And that's just the truth. Black people going to college, getting an education, they cannot stand it when a Black child is posted up and given love because they've gotten 130 admissions from colleges and universities all across the country. They can't stand to see that. They can't stand to see Simone Biles. Ooh, the Russian team is pissed off because Simone Biles has won some championship for the 6th year in a row. And now she wants all of the rules changed because Simone Biles represents Black excellence. They are tired of losing to this Black woman. They don't want to see us in these types of positions. No, Coco Gauff, they could not stand it when Coco Gauff was speaking up for herself against those racist and biased, what are they called? The people who moderate the tennis match. Yeah. Ooh, they were livid. Oh, Angel Reese. Oh, they drag Angel Reese because how can we support Angel Reese over their white queen, right? We are not supposed to be on a level as they are, right? They view us being on an equal playing field as their suppression and oppression. The Pythagorean thorium. I heard about those two young ladies. I heard about those two young ladies. I'm just speaking common sense. It's just common sense. And I'm not going to shut up. I'm not. I am here for Black people. I am here to educate Black people in the world of politics. I want my Black people to know how powerful their vote is. I will forever use my platform to speak to Black people about their right to vote. Hey, good morning, Courtney. And no MAGA nut troll will deter me from that. When I get onto my platforms, I am here for Black people first. I have not, that's not to say that white people can't follow me. I have thousands of white people following me and supporting me. Why? Because they are open to hearing what it is that I have to say. They are open to receiving the information that I'm providing because they value the information that I'm providing. And they use that to not only make themselves a better individual in these United States, they use it to do better politically. So, yeah, in doing what I do for my Black people, it helps white people to understand. It helps white people to understand. They get educated through me, through the lens of a Black woman here in the United States and her experiences and her opinions. And I always tell y'all don't have to take anything that I say as Bible. You don't. All I do is pay attention to what's going on, research, read up on things for myself, and I come back and let you all know about it and put my opinions onto it. That's all I do. That's it. But it's valuable, the information that I bring, because I don't just come in talking out of my mouth with no source. I always provide y'all with a source. Always. Always. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. So I just canceled my subscription to the AJC. They can go play with all of the other people's money. They ain't gonna, they will not talk shit about Joe Biden, which in turn supports Donald Trump with money from me. I could get my news elsewhere. I'm subscribed to so many others. Let me see. I get news from NPR. I get news from Roland Martin. I get news from Midas Touch. I get news from Dollamore. I get news from who else? I follow a lot of I don't follow a lot of them. I follow Jasmine Crockett. I follow Jasmine Crockett, and I'm tuned into her when she's bringing information firsthand from what's happening on the floor. Reuters, I get information from Reuters. I get information from the Associated Press. I don't have to get my information from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Dollamore, I get information from Dollamore. I get information from news journalists, Black news journalists here in Atlanta. So yeah, I don't have to pay the Atlanta Journal-Constitution to bring news to me when I could get it from so many other outlets. Courtney says he started reading newspaper again. A lot of people are dumping the New York Times because they have done this same thing. They have yet to come out. They have yet to come out and tell the pussy grabbing fascist that he needs to step down or pass the torch. They have yet to say that. But here they are telling us now, educating us. News media is educating us on how scary and detrimental Donald Trump would be should he become president of the United States. They are telling us that on the daily. And then out of the other side of their mouth, they're doing this. They're doing this. I've talked about GeoPasa. I've talked about Project 2025 ad nauseum. I have to say it again. I have to say it again. I was one of the first ones talking about Project 2025 a year ago. I've been talking about Project 2025 for over a year. There's nothing else for me to say about Project 2025. If you want to hear, because like I said, my original account over here on TikTok was banned. Courtney says, yes, you were. Yes, I'm one of the original ones sounding the alarm about Project 2025. If you want to, this is the second account. So a lot of the videos that I did, They are no more over here on TikTok, but they still exist over here on the YouTube. You go to the YouTube and go through my videos over here on the YouTube. I did a whole live, a long live going through the Promise to America, which is a big chunk at the beginning of Project 2025, which lays out the groundwork for Project 2025. And then after the Promise to America, be clear, when they say the Promise to America, it's not Black people. It's not Black people. It's not Black people. When they talk about America and Americans, it's not Black people that they are talking to. Make sure you understand that and understand that clearly. It's not Black people they are talking to. Remember, Mitch McConnell did it. He slipped up and told us they don't see us as Americans. The Constitution still says that we are 3/5 of a human. They don't see us as Americans, Black people, okay? So when throughout that whole document, when they're talking about Americans, they are not talking about Black people. Mitch McConnell slipped up and said the quiet part out loud during a press conference. You'll find that video over on YouTube too. He slipped up and he said, it's ludicrous to think that Black people and Americans. So he separated Black people from the term Americans. And that's not the words verbatim that he used, but that's the context of his statement that he made. That's the context. So when he said it, he separated Black people from the term Americans. Okay, so there's Black people here in America, and then there are Americans. And who they deem as Americans, that's white people. That's white people. That ties along in line with their belief in manifest destiny. We briefly talked about manifest destiny. You won't find those videos here on TikTok because that was a part of the other account. You will find those videos over on YouTube. Manifest destiny, the 7 mountains mandate. We've talked about that. All of that ties into Project 2025. Manifest destiny and the 7 mountains mandate is the base. It is the core of Project 2025. It is what they used to build Project 2025. And all of these things that you are seeing, the Supreme Court overturn, all of the things that you are seeing, that ties into Project 2025. Affirmative action being overturned, that's to reduce Black people to second-class citizens. That is Project 2025. Them stomping all over and invalidating diversity, equity, inclusion, that is Project 2025. That is reducing Black people to second-class citizens. You talking about your Black jobs, baby? If Donald Trump gets back into the White House, you can kiss your Black job goodbye if it's not a job that's in servitude. Because you best believe they will do everything to put Black people back in their place. The Chevron overturn is Project 2025. That's a part of Project 2025. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You want to see and know Project 2025 in action, look at what they're doing in Texas. Everything Greg Abbott is doing in Texas is textbook Project 2025. Textbook. Everything that Greg Abbott and Ron DeSantis are doing in their states, it is Project 2025 in action. excuse me. So if you're looking at what is going on in Florida and what is going on in Texas, the extremism, and you're feeling sorry for the people in Texas and you're feeling sorry for the people in Florida because of what Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott is doing, that is what Project 2025 will be for all of us. It will be that for all of us. There will be war within the United States. Don't think that Project 2025 is going to be just regulated to Republican states or red states. No, it's going to be a nationwide thing. And if Donald Trump is in office, if Donald Trump becomes the commander in chief, there will be violence because they will want to cross over into blue states to enforce Project 2025. And for all of you people, she's fear mongering. Baby, y'all said Project 2025 was a lie. Y'all said it was just us using that for fear mongering. There's no way that they will be able to implement Project 2025. Bitch, are you blind? They are doing it in Texas and they are doing it in Florida. They put all of these people in Donald Trump's first term. Mitch McConnell put all of the players in place, not just on the Supreme Court. Not just on the Supreme Court. All of these federal judges that Mitch McConnell put into place. How do you think Eileen Cannon got to where she is? She was a Trump loyalist. She was a Trump loyalist. And there are judges like Eileen Cannon all over the country who are ready to step up to do Donald Trump's bidding. We're watching Trump's Supreme Court justice picks do the bidding of Donald Trump. So all of y'all talking about this would be against the law, the laws would be changed. The laws would be changed. And a part of Project 2025 is to eliminate Congress. There will be no Congress. There will be the three branches of government, the executive branch, the Supreme Court, and Congress. There will be no three branches of government. It will solely be the executive branch. That's what fascism is. Donald Trump would be it. There will be, the way government works now, the way that a law is created now, it's created in Congress. It is debated, it is talked about, it is voted on in the House, it moves on to the Senate, and then it is signed into law by the president. There will be no Congress. Donald Trump will sit up in his tower and write with his black Sharpie what he wants. And then his sycophants and the army will go out to enforce it. That's it. That's what fascism is. There will be no voting. These platforms that I have to speak out against Donald Trump, that shit will cease. You getting onto social media to speak out against Donald Trump, baby, you will go to jail. There will be no more the First Amendment and my freedom of speech. That's how serious this is. That's how serious this is. Okay, that's what Project 2025 is. They will get rid of the Department of Education. And those who they deem worthy of getting an education, they will have their special schools. And if they deem you as worthy of getting an education, you'll get to go to those special schools. Donald Trump already told us out loud in an interview that the Department of Education will cease. They already want to take tax dollars to pay for private and charter schools. Black people can't afford private school. Black people can't afford private school. Brown people can't afford private schools. So what do you think they're going to do with you? They're going to put you in a position of servitude, most likely picking, because another part of Project 2025 is to get rid of all of those who they deem as un-American. That would be your Muslims. That will be your Latinos and Latinas. They will get rid of all of them. So who's going to do the picking? If they are booting out all of these immigrants, that's a part of Project 2025. They're going to get rid of the Environmental Protection Agency. The Chevron doctrine that they just overturned was a huge part of the Environmental Protection Agency. The Food and Drug Administration. These types of agencies that are run by the government, that are put in place to put government regulations in place, that use experts like scientists to make laws to protect the American people. All of that is going away. They just took the first step by overturning the Chevron doctrines. Donald Trump gets into office. I keep using the EPA because the Environmental Protection Agency is huge. That's gone. The major corporations have been wanting the EPA gone for years because the EPA keeps regulations in check to protect the American people. The Food and Drug Administration, for as much as they lack in protecting us when it comes down to our food and what they allow, it could be so much worse. Corporations want to save money. They want to cut corners. They want to do unhealthy things so that they can make more money. And who suffers from the unhealthy things that they want to do? It would be us. All of these climate change people, people who support climate change, who are demanding climate change, who are talking about not voting. Do you really care about the climate? Because Donald Trump has said he's getting rid of the EPA. They're shutting that down. They're getting rid of it. How is that going to protect the environment that you love so much? How is that going to happen? Another part of Project 2025, what they will have to do is they will have to fire people who work for the federal government. They will get rid of 50,000 employees who work for the federal government because not all 50,000 people will be loyal to Donald Trump. So who's going to run the government? They're going to bring in those who are loyal to Trump, not to the American people, not to the safety of the American people, not to the betterment of the American people. They will come, these Trump loyalists, these MAGA nut jobs will come in to solely do Donald Trump's bidding. Supreme Court, child, please. Yeah. You won't have freedom of religion, people. You won't have freedom of religion. You won't have freedom of speech. Those two will be gone from the top. He's told you. He gets in the office, he's seeking retribution. He's going after everybody who he believes has wronged him. And how is he going to be able to do that? He's going to get rid of anybody who can stop him. There will be no, right. Somebody says there will never be voting. Nope, there will be no voting. You will not get to choose who you want to represent you. Donald Trump will be king, And people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, Marco Rubio, Tim Scott, Matt Gaetz, Jim Jordan, Lindsey Graham, all of these violent MAGA nuts who have been loyal to Donald Trump, who have been able to catch the eye of Donald Trump, they will become his cabinet. They will become his cabinet. He will put them in charge of different agencies. They will run those agencies. And they will have those agencies running at the behest of Donald Trump. I can't make this any plainer. I can't dumb this down anymore. I can't. Whiskey tired of hearing me. He done got up and walked out. There will be no regulations. The only thing that will be regulated is us. My girl, the Woke Gardner, is in the chat. I see people responding to her. Hey, Woke Gardner. The only people that will be regulated is us. Our speech will be regulated. Women's bodies will be regulated. How we move throughout society will be regulated. I told y'all yesterday, if you have not seen The Handmaid's Tale and how a dystopian society, a totalitarian society is run, watch The Handmaid's Tale. Now, a lot of people like to say white women are using The Handmaid's Tale and are being performative. I can agree with that to a certain extent, but watch The Handmaid's Tale. You will get a clear view as to what a totalitarian society looks like. You'll be walking around saying, blessed be the fruit. Blessed be the fruit. You won't, in The Handmaid's Tale, they are not free to speak up and speak out. They walk with their heads down. If they're speaking to each other, they are speaking in a whisper. Why? Because they got military all around them, watching everything they do and everything they say. They are monitored. Every which way they can be monitored. They're monitored in their homes. Y'all play with democracy if you want to. And that's what news media outlets like CNN and the Washington Post and the New York Times, this is what they're doing. MSNBC, this is what they're doing. They're telling you, they're warning you about the dangers of Trump, but then at the same time, they are posting shit like this. This is the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, major news outlet here in Atlanta, putting out an editorial today that says it's time for Biden to pass the torch. The one man who has beaten Donald Trump, who can beat Donald Trump again, who the majority of Democrats have rallied behind because they understand voting for Joe Biden is a vote against Donald Trump. This is what they're doing. You got CNN doing a horrible job of the first debate. It wasn't Joe Biden, in my opinion, who did the horrible job. It was CNN. It was set up from the jump. CNN and Donald Trump and his campaign were in cahoots together. Amanda Seales telling people we are the problem if we vote for Biden. Fuck Amanda Seales. There's a reason why nobody likes Amanda Seales. She shows you every time she does a video. There's a reason why she don't get invited to certain spaces. There's a reason for that. Fuck Amanda Seales. She's allowed to her opinion. But Donald Trump has shown you who he is. Donald Trump has shown you who he is. He has shown you how dangerous he is. I don't care what Amanda Seales says. I don't care what Ice Cube says. I don't care what Killer Mike says. I don't care what any of them say, because Donald Trump has shown me who he is. Donald Trump was in office for 4 years. It was chaos for 4 years. Donald Trump did nothing but separate Mexican families, Mexican children from their parents. He did that. Donald Trump did nothing but spray tear gas on protesters, on people who were exercising their right to protest, using their free speech. He sprayed tear gas on them. Donald Trump showed us that. And Donald Trump showed us that he does not care anything about the Constitution, about laws, about us. Donald Trump showed us how far he's willing to go to stay in power. If he have to kill you, he will kill you. Donald Trump has shown us how far he will go to silence you and destroy you if you don't agree with him. He's shown us who he is. I don't care what Amanda Seales is. Donald Trump has shown us how dangerous he is. Hey, Tracy, Donald Trump has shown us how dangerous he is for Americans. I don't give a fuck what Amanda Seales has to say. You know how dangerous he is. You know it. And if you choose to listen to Amanda Seales and not vote or vote third party, that's your choice. But if that man get into the White House, it's because of you. It's because of you. And if anybody tries to tell you different, they are deluding themselves. It's because of you. Because the bottom line is, we've got two choices. I wanted Gavin Newsom. Period. I wanted Gavin Newsom to primary Joe Biden. That's what I wanted. I wanted Gavin Newsom to primary Joe Biden. Gavin Newsom said, nope, I'm going to stand behind the president. I said, okay, well, if he's going to be it, then I'm going to stick beside him, period. When he made the announcement that he was running again, I did that video everybody's doing now. Yep, that's mine. That's mine. And I'm going to stick beside him because I understand what's at stake. I understand what's at stake. The bigger picture. I see the bigger picture. Gavin was my first choice. And Gavin was my only choice. There were some others that I was willing to settle for, but Gavin was my first choice. And on that note, I got to get out enjoying the world today. I got to stay inside all day today. Walt Gardner says, if y'all are not following the Walt Gardner over here on TikTok, you should be. A lot of people honestly just don't understand all the nuance involved in politics. Exactly, they don't. And it infuriates me because they are some of the loudest ones talking politics. They are some of the loudest ones talking politics, giving their opinions on what's happening politically. And they don't understand the system at all. They are speaking based on their feelings. They are speaking on their feelings. They don't understand the politics of it all and how politics works. You're welcome, Indie Coach. Yes, thank you everybody over here on TikTok for the gifts. You guys have been blowing up the Cash App and the Venmo, my peeps from TikTok over the past couple of days. And it just tells me how starved people are for one, common decency, and just plain old common sense. Y'all have been blowing up the coffee fund. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for everybody who has donated over the past few days to the coffee fund on Cash App and Venmo. My peeps over here on YouTube, y'all are joining the membership. Thank you. I see all of the super chats that you are sending me. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. And I appreciate you for appreciating me. Laverne, that's it right there. Laverne says, I don't like Biden, but we cannot risk Trump getting back into the White House. We can't. And I will continue. And I'm not going to stop. I've been doing this. I started talking politics and social issues when Trayvon Martin was murdered. I wasn't doing it regularly. But that's when I started to get my feet wet. And when Donald Trump came down that escalator in 2016, I was all in with politics. I talked politics first, and then I did some celebrity gossip and stuff like that on the side. I recapped the Real Housewives franchise. I did some other reality TV. And then as the stakes grew higher and higher, I became less interested in that type of foolishness because I saw a need for my people to understand what was going on politically. And I just dove in. And I've been doing this for a long time. I didn't start on October 7th. A lot of people, a lot of the loud voices today, they started on October 7th. I didn't start on October 7th. So I know I have been watching these players for a very long time. I've been watching these players for a very long time. Do I know everything? Nope. I don't. I don't know everything. Hey Ro, I'm still learning. I still learn on a regular basis. Y'all bring information to me and I'm like, what? No, I didn't know that happened. So I don't know everything, but I know what I know. I know what I know. And a MAGA nut job person is not going to shut me up. For as long as their MAGA nut king is in play, I will be here. I will be here. If they shut down this page, I'm going to start another one. I'm talking to TikTok because TikTok, they can shut down these MAGA nuts. They can rise up and shut down your lives. They can rise up and ban your entire page. That's how it works over here on TikTok. And TikTok protects racist MAGA nut jobs. They do. So they have the power to do these things. They did it to the other platform that I had. And what did I do? I created another one. I'm still here. They take this one down. I'm going to create another one. It's too important for me to just go away. For as long as they keep their MAGA nut job king in play, I will be here. For as long as they are a danger to society, I will be here. I will be here. And that's that. That's on period. They will not silence me. Adolf Hitler, yes. He did. Trump did use Palestinian. He said Joe Biden is a Palestinian. He was using it as a racial slur against Joe Biden. But you got these news outlets saying that Joe Biden needs to pass the torch. I ain't seen them come on and talk about all of the fucking lies that Donald Trump told. He let it slip that him and Putin was in conversation, having conversation about Ukraine. And when I say having conversation, they are planning. They are planning whatever it is that they are planning. They are planning. They are working together. They are in cahoots together. We've seen the pictures of Trump's plane and Putin plane on the same runway. That means somebody got out from their plane and went over to the other person's plane, and they're planning. They're talking. They're strategizing. Mm-hmm. And they're not strategizing in the best for America and Americans. No, they're strategizing for what's best for Putin and Donald Trump. Are we clear? Yes, there's a picture. There's a picture of both planes on the same runway. Parked. And it was like that for a while. So somebody deplaned from their plane to go over to the other's plane. And they having a meeting, they having discussions. Okay, I'll find that picture and I'll do a quick video because a lot of people don't know about it. I saw it in passing, scrolling. I don't even know what platform I was on. Okay. Oh, it's on Midas Touch. I'll go look on Midas Touch. All right, y'all. I gotta go join the world. I got garden stuff I want to buy. I got a new hose, and the hose is so long. I need to get one of those hose things to crank it. Whoa, gardeners in here, girl. I got me 100-foot hose. I want to be able to go everywhere to make sure everybody getting water. I got that. I got my rain barrel. It's about halfway full. All this time it's still just about halfway full. I went out to the garden this morning because the hornworms are here. I need to make sure they ain't sucking the life out of my tomato plants. Baby, I had my new tomato plants. They had a growth spurt overnight. You know what? I'm gonna do a video to show y'all. I was like, damn, this overnight, because I was out there yesterday and they did not look like this on yesterday. So I gotta go to and I saw the Woe Gardener. I saw her, I think it's her green beans or her peas. I see how they're starting to climb on the trellis that she has. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go out and see if I can find me a plant of peas, and I want to do a cucumber. So I got these cute little trellis like things. They sit in the pot. So I got to go out and see if I can find me green bean plant or a cucumber plant of some sort. I want to try that too. So yeah, I got to go to Lowe's. I got to go to the grocery store because I got to get the good stuff in my house. Y'all know I'm still trying to lose weight. It's hard. When you get older, it's harder to drop the weight. But I keep pushing. I got to do that. And then what is the other store I got to go to? There was another store. A lot of stuff I got to do today. But I needed to come on and to just put it out there in the atmosphere. Atlanta Journal-Constitution, I canceled my subscription to you. You won't use my money to do this type of shit. You won't use my money to do this type of shit, which only benefits Donald Trump, the oppressor. Hell no. No. I can get my news in so many other places. Period. You aren't the only place for me to get my news. So, yeah. If you're in Atlanta, my Atlanta peeps, this is what the AJC is doing. Do you have a subscription to the AJC? Hopefully, all that I have said has said to you, shit, I don't want my money going to for shit like this that only benefits to Donald Trump, and you do the same thing I did. Which is canceled your subscription. Yeah, I don't have a subscription to the New York Times. I don't have a subscription to the Washington Post. I don't have a subscription to those. But I did have a subscription to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So, with that said, y'all stay informed. Stay informed. Stay tuned in as it pops off. I will be bringing you information. I will be continuing to provide you with sources, and I will continue to break it down as best as I could, as I have been. Okay? Exactly. Somebody says they dumb. I'm going to Dunkin' too. That's going to be my first stop this morning to get my butter pecan iced coffee. That's my first stop. But news media is dumb. Donald Trump can't stand CNN. CNN is going to go away. I know y'all talk about the person over CNN is a Trumpster. It's going to be interesting because there won't be any more freedom of press. No, the only way there will be freedom of press is if you are a propaganda machine for Donald Trump, like Fox News. And I want y'all to be clear. The junk that Fox News spews on camera, it's not the same that they spew in written print. They know MAGA nuts don't read. So all of their news hosts, they spew that nonsense. But the written print, that's different. But there will be no more freedom of the press. MSNBC, they all got on board with the bashing Biden campaign the day after the debate. Yeah, doing that supports Donald Trump. You will definitely be gone. Y'all got black journalists. Yeah, you will definitely be gone. CNN pretty much got rid of their black journalists. The only one I see is what's his name? Vincent. He usually comes on the weekends, and Abby Phillips. And they falling in line. I still like Abby Phillips. I still like Joy Reid. I recognize that they are black people working in a white dominant field. I can recognize that. But yeah, over on Joy Reid's, because now over on her social media platforms, she's talking more about Donald Trump and his lies and the things that the Supreme Court is doing. And they are tearing her ass up down in the comment section. And I was one of them. Joy, you were the first one. You and Nicole Wallace was the first ones to start off that shit the night of the debate. Victor Blackwell, thank you, Cookie. You were one of the first ones. And now she's over on Instagram and on Threads talking about how dangerous Donald Trump is. talking about how he lied during the debate. You said none of that on camera to the millions of people that were watching MSNBC. You said none of that. You bashed Joe Biden, said he had a horrible performance. And in my opinion, that's a bold-faced lie. That's what they're doing now. All of them who were bashing Joe Biden, now they're on social media talking about how dangerous and horrible Donald Trump is and will be. Yeah. On that note, y'all have a fantastic Sunday. Thank you again for all of the super chats. Thank you. Oh, I got another member. Let me say thank you to this member. Transform with Tia J. Thank you for becoming a member over on YouTube. Thank you to the new members. Welcome. Thank you for the super chats over on YouTube. Y'all have a fantastic day. And over here on TikTok,